What's up, y'all? It's another Sunday, and yes, another story time. Per usual, I'm going to break it up into 3 parts with a life lesson at the end, because life lessons, baby. And speaking of Haya, we do have a hybrid community that is both online and in person called Haya World, and we have memberships. There's a ton of perks that come with it. Also, being a part of a community. We recently just announced our Haya Day Weekend Don't End retreat that will be happening in August in Palm Springs. So members get entry into the events for free $99. Okay, so just become a member. And if you like our content and you like engaging with it, please like, comment, share, and or subscribe. We're really trying to build this out for y'all. I know you love seeing my face, but soon you will start seeing other people's face and different content that we are making for the channel. So, but thank you for your support, period. This week's story, I know I've been on a theme of basketball because we have a basketball meetup coming up, but this is going to come out on Mother's Day. So I have decided to tell yet another story about my lovely mother, Cynthia. So part 1, we go to Vegas for Cynthia's birthday. So it should be noted that this is the first time as adults I've gone to Vegas with my mom and my brother. And so when we get there, she had her little points. So we had, we were staying up in the Venetian. She basically was like, I'm trying to turn up, so don't worry about me. I'm a turn up. Y'all are grown. I'm grown. Let's get to it. So we were like, say less. So we go out, have a couple drinks, get some food, and then we end up at Treasure Island because she wanted to gamble. Part 2. As we go gamble, she goes and plays her slots. Me and Paul go to this roulette table. And at this table, there's these frat looking white dudes, right? But they're clowning, they're having a good time. It was kind of like a scene out of The Hangover because one of their homies had gone out the night before. They were there for a bachelor party. And I guess he had got so messed up that he ended up in, having to go to the hospital the night before. So now he's at this roulette table drinking again with a hospital band on. And so I was just like, wow, these guys are crazy, but they were super cool. And even at one point, this other guy that was kind of trying to bring a different, flavor to the table, he tried to come and be cool. And they basically clowned him off the table. They were like, nah, you can't, you can't sit with us, basically. And so at some point, one of the guys in the group finally says, hey, we have some other drinks and stuff in our room. Do you guys want to come up, and kind of have some more drinks and then come back down? They were staying in Treasure Island. So I was like, I'm cool, because it should be noted, I was winning. I had the hot hand on that roulette table. So I was like, I'm cool. So Paul was like, yeah, I'll go with y'all. Part 3, Paul goes upstairs with them. I'm not concerned. He's grown. I'm grown. And I'm winning at this table. Well, Cynthia gets done gambling and she comes over and she's like, where's Paul? I'm like, oh, he left with these guys, but they're going to, they're going to come right back downstairs. And she was like, what guys? What room? Asking me all these questions. Now, mind you, I'm still playing this roulette game. So I'm like, lady, I don't have time for all of this. He's grown. He'll figure it out. She's like, what if they do something to my son? And I get it in hindsight, but whatever age I was at, probably late 20s, I was like, okay, let me win this money. So I give her some chips to go exchange to try and buy me some time before Cynthia has full mental breakdown on me, right? Because I don't know where Paul is. So finally, when she comes back, right as she was getting ready to spiral, they come back over to the table. And it come to find out, they fell in love with Cynthia. They were like, your mom is so cool. And also it turns out they were hockey players from Canada. I don't know, if they, if they played professionally or whatever, but they were hockey players from Canada, and they were super cool, super sweet. And they loved them some Cynthia. So once she figured out okay, they didn't do nothing to my son and they're cool, we ended up kicking it with them and having some drinks. And so she ended up having a really great birthday weekend. And so the lesson of the week, not so much a lesson, but if you have your mom in your life or any other mother-like figures in your life, appreciate them, because at the end of the day, a lot of them are just trying, right? They're adults who either have kids or have mentees, etc. And they're just trying. They're trying their best. But one thing they do is they will take care of theirs, and they will fight somebody apparently for them. So just show a little appreciation. Okay. Have a good week.